Game that I have been following for 6 years. 6 years is when I got my first PC from More Gear. As I was browsing for stuff to add to my wishlist and found out you can wishlist games that aren't out yet. So I came across a game called Gunsmith Simulator. The screenshots and the little trailer looked amazing for this game, and I was so excited for this to come out. I didn't know anything at the time, so I waited for it to come out and forgot about it. 4 years later, I reached the bottom of my wishlist and noticed that this game still wasn't fucking out. So I decided to join their Discord, signed up for the beta testing, and waited another 2 years. 2 years later, I finally checked out their Discord and saw that they were finally getting ready to release this game into early access. What the fuck were you doing for the last 6 years that I knew you were alive? Anyway, the game has finally come out and I was the first to buy it. Gunsmith Simulator really does put the gunsmith in the Gunsmith Simulator. You take all these guns apart right down to the bare bones, even taking out stuff I didn't even know that was in a gun. Early access, you expect it to be pretty bare bones, but no. Well, kinda. The game brings you what you bought it for, Gunsmith, but with a hint of more in the game than you originally thought. For example, there's a tiny story in this game that reminds me a lot of PC Building Simulator, where your grandpa, Larry, is an adept gunsmith who sends you random tasks as you level up, unlocking the machines in your workshop for you. You will do more than just strip down guns and clean parts. You will be oiling them, cleaning them with a rag for basics, but then we get into something like woodworking, where you actually carve out blocks of wood, make it with a Sharpie, carve it out, whittle, then paint, furnish, or whatever this yellow stuff does to the wood as well. Next is the CNC machine, which is honestly a really cool idea. Customers will send you guns with broken parts, no shit, and 90% of the parts in the game you can actually make yourself with the CNC machine. The problem is though, it takes fucking forever, and when you use the CNC machine, it covers up your other objectives, so you can't work on other stuff while it's going. Also, the 50-second timer, by the way, is the max leveled machine, or max level upgrade for the CNC machine, which means some parts can take up to 2 minutes with no upgrades. This wouldn't be so bad if I could see the other objectives I need to complete, and also if it did all the steps the entire time. Halfway through, the machine will stop and ask you to take a block of metal out and then flip it over and set up the CNC machine again. After which, when the timer hits 0, it will finally be complete and you can pick it up. Next, you will need to sandblast the part, then put it in the oxidize tray to oxidize the parts? Then the parts you made are complete, and you can put the gun back together. Like I said, the CNC machine is an awesome device in the game, and it will save you money because the other option is to buy the parts themselves, which is a lot quicker but more expensive. Once the gun is put back together, you can test the gun to make sure all the working mechanisms are working together. The game holds your hand though, so it's not like it's not going to work. After this, some clients will ask you to take their gun to the range and test it some more. The range is pretty cool in this game as you can set up the targets however you like and then shoot the firearm you just created. There is also a disc shooting game as well at the range, giving you some things to do with the weapons you created. The final area that you currently can go to is the CQC area. This has a modern warfare shoot house CQB testing area that you can run and try to get the fastest time. I have more fun with this than I should. This building also has a basement which holds an indoor shooting range and some rooms filled with crap that we can't interact with, showing us that there is more coming down the pipeline. Finally, you can go outside and pretend you're Big Smoke from San Andreas.
Die, little glass ball of fool!
Overall, these two areas for testing out your firearms is an awesome addition to the game. Once you are done testing, you head back to the workshop, pack up the gun, and get a rating. You will also work towards getting stars for these guns. These stars unlock some pretty good abilities such as quickly disassembling and reassembling guns automatically. And well, that's currently it right now. You'll level up in this game as well, and you will earn skill points as you level up, which is what you can use to upgrade the job areas like the CNC machine to make it faster, loosening and tightening screws faster on guns, and faster woodworking. After you have built up a good amount of money, the game has a save where you can store personal guns. How do you get these personal guns, you ask? Well, it isn't by stealing the guns from your clients. There is actually an online auction for guns that you can participate in. Once you buy the gun, it will be sent to your store and you can work on it like a customer's gun. Once the gun is in working order, this is where the fun begins. You are able to configure, paint, sticker, add attachments, and do whatever you want to these guns, making them completely how you want them to look. If you ever are bored with these guns that you own, you can sell them in an auction for so much money. I sold a shotgun starting at $800 and it sold for over $2,000. A basic sawed-off double-barreled shotgun got me $2,000. I knew I was in the wrong business. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. For now, the game being only in early access, I have already gone ahead and covered everything in the game right now that you can do. Luckily, there is a roadmap with adding more guns and such, and in the hidden achievements, you can see that there is an achievement that says that you pay rent. So as much as this is a gunsmith sim, I am really hoping to see more of the business side of the game. Having to pay for rent or utilities like in PC Simulator, having an actual store to have all your guns on display for sale would also be awesome. This game does have a lot of potential, it really does. We just need to be patient and see what happens in another 6 years.